It's always fun to be here at the AMVCA as I was nominated last year. This year I'm not, so there is a bit less pressure.
Less pressure.
You know, I just want to dress up,
just here.
drink my coffee and just show up, you know.
Exactly.
But it's such a good feeling. I mean, it's so good to, award excellence, hard work, and that's what African Magic does, and I'm super proud.
Literally just got in for the AMVCA weekend. How has the anticipation been for you getting ready for it, and what are you looking forward to the most?
I think it started great from the reception when we got in, how they received us. We're chilling, expectations are great. Like, I think they grow year after year, and I'm very happy to be part of this year's one, so I can't wait to see the outcome of it. But already from what I've seen, I can't expect anything less.
I like the sound of that. Now, who are you rooting for the most?
Well, let me be very Ghanaian. Everyone Ghanaian in whichever category, I don't care, is Ghanaian.
We're rooting for the Ghanaians, basically.
Basically. I don't even know the Nigerian's name.
Now, we love her in Ghana. We see her all the time in every movie, which we feature quite often. The wonderful Amy Edo. Hello, Amy.
Hi.
Pleasure to first off speak to you. Now, do tell us your expectations for the AMVCA this weekend.
Well, it's AMVCA. We expect the best. You know, they're like the biggest award platform right now in the continent. So, I mean, this is our Oscars, so I'm expecting nothing but the absolute best.
Now, you look absolutely dazzling.
Thank you.
Nice. Talking back I want to thank my family, my parents, I want to thank God, my beautiful wife, my support system, thank you. Jade, thanks for believing in me. And for the other nominees, man, you guys inspired all of what you're seeing here on stage, so it's also your win. Thank you, Lord. And you're going to see more. I'm here again next year for this same award.
I don't have a speech. I didn't see this coming. Please forgive me. Thank you to all of you for watching my movie. Thank you for loving me. Most importantly, to the woman who made me and for the love that she showed me. This is for you.
And the winner of the Best Multi-Talent Factory is Licked.
Hiya. All right. Well, yes, we're live on TV and we're having the conversation now. A very important one, I must say, especially on the back of the trip that AJ and our producer, Big P Purple, embarked on over the weekend to Nigeria to cover the AMVCAs. Now, the whole idea of attending was to provide some support for the Ghanaian stars who had been nominated and were in attendance, just so we can also document, their side of the story to showcase to Ghanaians that we're also fully represented. But there's been a long-standing debate about Ghana's dominance or lack thereof at the AMVCAs, and for that matter, all the international platforms when it comes to our movie industry. What is it that we may not be doing right? And how come our impact is never really felt, especially at the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards? Mind you, it is Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards and not Nigeria Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. But over time, there's been that big concern that Nigeria seems to dominate with the number of nominations that they get, the number of movies and personalities that win on the night as well. So we'll have a conversation, and today we've assembled a number of people who have been nominated before, have won awards before, and have been very vocal about Ghana's movie industry and are working really hard to project the movie industry. Now, she won the 2020 edition, for the best actress, actually. So the best supporting actress with her role in Perfect Picture 10 years later. Gloria Safo is here and she looks really splendid. Good morning. She brought your award so that we can showcase it on TV. My goodness.
It's been 2 years. I'm like,
it has.
I should have.
But it must feel surreal to still know that you picked that award.
Charlie.
A very key one.
So far I can just say I'm still the reigning Ghanaian AMVCA awardee.
I see. And also joining us this morning, I mean, she was there because her movie had been nominated as well, and she joins us in the studio because she's also a very prolific movie producer. Samira Yakubu, a very captivating story of how her journey in the movie industry even started. But she joins us, and she is the manager for Jackie Appiah, who has picked up an award at the AMVCA. In fact, she was the first Ghanaian to ever win an AMVCA award for Ghana. But Samira, good to see you in the studios.
Thank you.
How are you
doing? To see you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You all looked really lovely.
Thank you.
On Saturday. You represented. You really did.
So
and yeah, AJ will join us shortly because she was there on behalf of TV3 to cover the AMVCAs. And joining us on Zoom shortly, we'll have film director Pascal Aka, who also got a nomination back in, and in fact actually won the Best Soundtrack Award for Gold Coast Lounge at the 8th AMVCAs. That was last year. And then Nicholas Tetsenate, Big Goon is what we call him. He's the only Ghanaian who actually picked an award this time around at the 9th edition of the AMVCAs, and he won the Multi-Choice Talent Factory Award. So he'll join us to tell us a bit about that. But let's start the conversation with my two special guests this morning. And I'll start off with you, Samira. 2013 is when the first edition of AMVCAs happened. And I remember at that time, there were a lot of people who were looking forward to us winning. We got about 8 nominations on the day, and it was only Jackie who won. Were you working with her at that time?
Yes, of course.
You were?
Yes.
So were you at the event?
Yes, I was.
Tell me what the experience was like, especially knowing that that was the first time that this awards event was even happening, and Ghana garnered 8 nominations.
The experience was, for the first ever AMVCA, was really beautiful, coming from when you are nominated, you get your letters, they put you together for your ticket, everything was well coordinated. You get to the hotel, the moment we opened Jackie's room, we had all the goodies, the gifts on the bed and all that. It was nice. We got to the awards. That was where and so the category Jackie was nominated for had Best Actress in Drama, lead.
Yes.
And Genevieve was in the category. All their top stars were in the category. And so obviously they didn't believe, and there was voting. Apart from the judges picking them, there was voting too. And knowing the numbers of Nigeria and knowing the numbers of Ghana, they just knew that, of course, Genevieve changed again for the second time, coming to receive the award. And when they mentioned Jackie's name, the whole hall went, even the person mentioning, she opened and looked at her. Oh my God. And the winner, Jackie Appiah, and Jackie has an actor who is Jackie's friend, was sitting right in front of me. He was like, "Oh shit!" Oh, he forgot himself. They were disappointed because they were so sure that Genevieve was going to win the award, or the other stars from Nigeria. Yeah. But it was a beautiful film. The next year again, Jackie was nominated for Best Actress for comedy. Yeah. Yeah, for leading role. And we went, of course, that one other lady won. That was okay. So that was the last time we've been to AMVCA. Till this year again. Oh. When I was nominated for Best
That was the last time. So you attended only twice?
Exactly.
And didn't go again till the 9th edition. So the only reason you went this time was because you got nominated.
Exactly. So Jackie went to support me.
Tell us a bit about the nomination and how you felt when you got, you know, the news.
Oh, so it felt good. Knowing the AMVCA I knew before, I was like, wow, that's big. And I went back to Netflix and Amazon Prime to watch most of the movies that I'm in the same category with. And I'm like, wow. Most of them, not all of them, most of them were great movies, and I really respect it. And I was excited and happy that for Red Carpet, these movies that were nominated were just 2 years ago. Yeah. Were like last year. My movie was 4 years ago. And so for you to watch it and it still feels like it was shot last year, it means we did a good job. And so I was happy and proud that the movie was nominated. Exactly.
Did you present your movies? Did you file?
Yeah, so my editor, Aframali, presented it to the awards. You need to present it, like give maybe Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and then Best Film, so that they pick up whether... So it was later they sent us email saying that they wanted the full movie to watch, the jury, yes. So we gave them. And then I didn't even know I was nominated. I was just, somebody else told me about another actress being nominated in my movie, and I was so excited and happy. I only went to check and I realized that I was also nominated.
So on the night you got how many nominations?
So, okay, so there was a confusion. I think Gloria will talk about that because I don't want to go into that. It was 2 nominations, but later it came down to just for me, the best film in West Africa. Yeah.
Rosalind and Giza, that's the confusion you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, because you are the producer of the movie, I wanted you to touch on that because I remember that she had been nominated in, I think, Best Actress in comedy, right? And everybody jubilated. I mean, we're all very excited that she had gotten the nomination, and then her name disappeared without an explanation. Did you reach out to the organizers to find out what went wrong?
Yes, so I did. I sent them emails, and I told them that I couldn't. I sent them emails. They did not reply the emails, and but later they replied to Rosalind. So I'm sure Rosalind spoke to Gloria. I want Gloria to handle this. Now, when it comes to these actors,
it's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
Well, let me bring Gloria in. And even before we go into the Rosalind and Giza matter, like I said, you won in 2020 for the Best Supporting Actress for a Role in Perfect Picture 10 years later. You couldn't attend because of COVID, I remember. Yeah. So I remember you posted a video of you and your family with food and stuff, and you say you were watching with keen interest and all that, and your name was mentioned, and you were jumping all over the place. Honestly, I was monitoring because I also was hoping that Ghanaians would pick that award, and you did. Tell me what the feeling was like on the night.
Ooh. All right, Bella. So, first of all, it's about the nomination, the entire nomination. I mean, this is a movie that I played a supporting role, and though my role was very vital, but I had just about 4 scenes, and then I had just about 2 speaking scenes actually in the 4 scenes. The other 2 were just montages. What? And so when everything happened, I was like, oh my goodness. When I heard I was nominated, I was like, how? You know, it was unbelievable actually. But it was such a great feeling knowing that, I mean, with the movie, actually, I expected that at least it was a good movie. Come back 10 years later, it was a good movie, technical, you know, everything, the actors, the lead actors, everybody. So I was really expecting, I mean, a lot of nominations for that particular movie in that year. So when I heard that it was just me for that movie and even for Ghana, I was like, how did this happen? You know, so I have eyed the AMVCA for years. Okay. You know, I have actually stood in front of my mirror, you know, reciting my speech and all that.
Wow.
Anytime I'll be nominated for. And then COVID happened. So I was like, am I going to go? Some of my colleagues wanted to go with me, so we were planning. And then COVID was just intensifying. It was just, you know, the numbers were just increasing and the scare and everything. So I just had Zinel Zoo and I think Rosalind and Giza and some other person and some representative from MultiChoice. Yeah. So I was so happy. Okay, at least I'll get to go with people. And then days came by and, you know, people started dropping. Today, someone will call you, oh, Gloria, I'm not going anymore. It was just left with me and Zinel, and then the MultiChoice. And then about 3 days or 2 before, I had a call from MultiChoice that they are not attending. So it was just going to be me. I was like, God, how am I going to do this? My family, friends, everyone they were worried. I mean, they were scared. And so we just decided, okay, let me just stay back. And then MultiChoice did a very good job. They actually organized a watch and dine for me, my loved ones, my fans and everyone at home. And it was just great. So that's how I watched it on TV.
And you won.
And I won.
It must have felt good.
Hey, Bella.
So did you give your speech that same night?
Right? I did. I gave the speech. I gave the speech. I really wanted to record a video with, you know, reciting my speech to the world because me, I had a story. Hey. Samira knows that I have a story. Like, I am one of the greatest survivors in this industry. Like,
why do you say that?
Anytime I'm talking about that, I get emotional, but I'll be good.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Why do you say you're one of the greatest survivors?
Bella, this is me very passionate about what I want to do, what I love to do, and I kept being denied denied roles, and you know, sidelined and blacklisted, and you know, for some strange reasons. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know. Even most of my colleagues, when I'm being casted along, you know, alongside, they were, if Gloria is, oh, but Gloria can't play that role. You know, I get
you had your own colleagues talking down on you.
Yes, I know a lot of people. I just don't want to mention names. And it was just, and then if era happened, that spoils the whole thing.
How so?
Like then I was tagged as a local actor, local actress. Like, you can't meet the particular targets, particular market targets, and all that just because I'm acting in my local dialect. But guess what? It is my local dialect that won me that award. I spoke Tree a lot. Shelley was like, Gloria, do it, take it, do it your own. Yeah, baby, for Tree in the film, you know? And I did that. And I'm thinking, I did well with the acting and all that, but I am thinking that baby, you go many months and
unbelievable. Hold on, I want you to watch this.
Okay.
And see if you recollect what really happened on that night. Take a look at when she was announced as winner.
Gloria Sappho, perfect picture. 10 years later.
On behalf of Gloria Sappho, I don't think she's in town. Yes, she's not. I'm in the perfect picture, so congratulations to her. I'm really, really proud of you. She said to say in Ghanaian language, "Mida sepre." I think that means thank you.
Here to present.
I wish.
Oh.
God help me.
Gloria Sappho. Gloria Sappho.
So for you, and I could see how you were jumping, this meant more than just winning an international award.
Yeah, it meant a lot. This moment was, or that moment was actually like a validation moment for me, you know. It was like God said, hey, Gloria, now this is it. I stamped on it, you know. I'm getting emotional. It's not been easy with my journey, you know. So even with the Perfect Picture crew, when they got nominated, they were actually in Nigeria. They went to Nigeria, but without me. I didn't go. I mean, I wasn't selected to go with them. So they heard about the nominations while they were in Nigeria, and they called me, you know, about it. Yeah, so I was thinking that, I mean, like I said earlier, the lead actors, you know, the technical people and all that. I never expected. Though at the special screening and the premiere in Ghana, a lot of people, a lot of movie critic actually sent Shirley messages and spoke about my character.
In particular?
Yes, even before the nomination. So Shirley sent me all that.
This is just 4 appearances in the movie?
Yes, and 2 speaking scenes actually. The 2 were just montages, you know. And I remember Nashoko went to watch the special screening, and she called me right after, and she was like, Gloria, I was watching the movie, I played the lead, but I was telling Shirley, no, Gloria's role, Shirley, come on. So, you know, from all of that, I really wasn't looking forward to the AMVCAs, maybe Ghanaian supporting, or I don't know how. Maybe the people just telling me, oh, Gloria, you did amazing, just that would have been okay. But for the AMVCA, that was really
Do you think it's a matter of grace, or you think that it was your
I think it's grace.
Work?
It's part of it. And also, I think hard work pays too.
Hard work.
Yeah, it does.
Now, if you look back at the history of even A Perfect Picture in particular, it got 8 nominations the very first time that the AMVCAs took place. And that's the one that Jackie won. She was the only one who won for Best Actress in Drama. For that role. And so years down the line, 10 years down the line, doing the 10-year later review of it and getting only 1 nomination, I do understand where Gloria is coming from. But you see, the concern then would be, like you said, you felt like you were looked down upon a lot, and this actually happened for you. Would you say that since you won the AMVCAs, things have turned around for you in the movie industry?
Oh, yes.
Because you're still doing Efiera.
Oh, yes. I'm still doing. I'm not stopping anytime soon. Like, Efiera made me. I mean, I was doing all the movies. I was doing all the so-called glamour movies, English-speaking movies, and the TV series and all that. But nothing was actually happening. I wasn't a household name. People didn't really know about me, though people were talking about the fact that I was a good actress and all that. But as soon as I got on Efiera, and that was it, that was shot to fame. So I'm still doing Efiera. And
Have
of
things
course,
improved since the
and
AMVCA?
of course, I was going to that. Right after AMVCA's, Bella, everything changed. Like I said, you know, the year before, 31st December, I actually prayed and I told God to announce my greatness to the world, you know, to unveil me again, you know, to the world. It looked as if like I felt that. So when it happened, and it happened in February, so I was like, oh wow, this is good. This is a validation moment for me. So basically, after that, things have changed. After that, oh Bella, I've done a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the recognition is just top notch. It's over the top. From that, I got a lot of, you know, endorsements. I got a lot of things, a lot of movie roles and all that. And then Shirley never stopped using me after that. After that, it's been back to back to back to back. With Spire Productions.
That's nice. AJ is here. AJ, of course, was at the AMVCA, so we'll talk to her shortly. Pascal Aka has also joined us via Zoom. Let's go to him briefly, also because he's also a past winner of the AMVCAs. He won in 2022 for the Best Soundtrack Award for Gold Coast Lounge. Pascal, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
1 second. Oh, wait, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Sorry, I thought I was on mute. Yeah.
No, we can hear you. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm heartbroken because I thought I was going to be in the studio, but the producer told me I'm going to be on Zoom.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. But tell us how you felt on the night when you won the award for the AMVCA's Best Soundtrack.
Oh, it's fantastic. I don't take it for granted that, you know, I was actually there. They flew me there. I was in a hotel. And then we were actually on stage and I made a speech and everything. I don't take that for granted at all. Because I hear what Gloria said. Because when we released our film and we sent it to so many festivals, like from New York, Egypt, London, France, so many festivals accepted our film, but we couldn't go to any of these places because of COVID. But by the time the AMVCA last year was up, COVID was a little bit down. So there was me, Ajite, Zanel, yes, Zanel, Gideon Kojobuache was there, and then we celebrated with all the Ghanaians there on stage. So it was fantastic, amazing.
How did you feel as a Ghanaian attending that event? Do you think that you were treated well? Was there support for you during that period when you were nominated?
I hate to say this, but like the cinema culture in Nigeria is on a different level. So, like, if you were going to ask me if we were treated well, the answer is absolutely yes. And, like, I mean, as filmmakers, people in Ghana, doing film in Ghana, I feel like Nigeria really embraced cinema and film a lot more. So, yeah, we're treated quite well. We're really treated well. And the thing is, once, I know people may hear when I say this, but once you're there, you actually have an idea. You feel what being a filmmaker is supposed to feel like. And you know, and it really motivates you a lot, you know. I'm not going to say that our industry is dead. It is not dead, but it's just like we have an idea. We get to see where it's supposed to be. I'm not going to spend this interview talk about award shows in Ghana and stuff like that. No, it's not about that. I've done that already. So I just want to see, like, showcase that, you know, the possibilities there to do something really beautiful, really big for a film industry. We've seen it and we're inspired by it. So I'm really looking forward to how Ghana can be built to the next level. Yes.
Were you worried for some reason that you might not, you know, win that category? And I'll ask you this question because of comments that have been made in the past. I remember that some time back, Yvonne Nelson posted a tweet because, again, we started a conversation about Ghana not really getting recognized at the AMVCA. So from 2013 to 2014, things were going well. And then in 2015, we got about 11 nominations. We didn't win. And then things just, you know, kept going south. 2016, 5 nominations, we got only 1 win. So then the concern was that it looked as if you had to be a friend of somebody to win the award. And again, Yvonne Okoro, when, you know, she won, she was also concerned about lack of support in Ghana from, you know, everyone not winning or not voting, actually, for her. So did you have any fear about that as well?
Very good question. I sort of do agree somewhat about not getting that amount of support in Ghana. Yeah, it's a sad thing. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, the support in Ghana is not where it's supposed to be. But in general, when it comes to Ghanaians not getting enough nominations and everything, for me, I can't speak so much about what the other people said, but what I do agree with, and I know it's a fact, is that Nigerian films, Nollywood films, are on a different level right now. You know, and in general, in terms of quantity and quality, Ghanaians don't put out that many films in general, and that many quality films. We have some work to do. In general, I say the Ghanaian film industry has some work to do. So for me, it's like if Ghanaians don't get a lot of nominations, I don't think it has anything to blame with the organizers or the judges or anything like that.
Okay.
You know, for every one Ghanaian film that is sent to AMVCA, about 2,000 Nigerian films are sent. So, you know, so expect, you know, like a minimal percentage of Ghanaian films to be nominated every year. But in general, we can do a lot better. We need to step our game up in terms of the quality product that we put.
So then the concern is not that Nigerians don't necessarily regard our craft, but rather because we're also not churning as many movies as they would on, you know, a regular basis.
One, we're not trying to as many good movies and in good quality as well. I think we need to improve a lot with our works.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Well, so just a quick one. So Yvonne Okoro was nominated for her movie Ghana Must Go in 2017. In fact, she got 6 nominations. She did not pick up any award on the night, which is why she came out and said, even though she was, you know, not disappointed that she didn't win, she also thought that it was partly because Ghanaians necessarily don't push you and vote as much as possible. Let me come to AJ to tell us what her experience was like on the night, even before we go into Rosalind Ngiza and how her name appeared on the list and for some reason it disappeared. AJ,
yes, how
did it go for you?
It was everything you'd expect an award show to be and more. It was actually quite interesting. One big observation was the idea of share of throat that I really noticed. So in Ghana, when a big event is happening, you expect just one drink brand to be on board, and you will find it hard to get another drink brand because they'll say share of throat. But in Nigeria, over 6 major drink brands were all on and all had equal airtime. I mean, there were like 2 malt drinks, like 2 beers, 2 soft drinks, all of them getting equal time and all of them paying to be a part of the program. And in the after party, every drink brand came with its own DJ to come and have a great time. And I was like, okay, so the share of throats idea, maybe because they are bigger markets, you can be able to get more. But all in all, it was a very sparkling, very glamorous event in terms of the look and feel, in terms of the scale of the event, in terms of the amount of machinery that was put into it. It was absolutely spectacular. From how everything was purely scripted, from every award presenters, like purely scripted. You know what Bimbo was saying at the right time, what Bisola was saying. Everyone had a big teleprompter in front of them, and they were just going according to script. From the host to the hall to the red carpet, which is probably the longest red carpet I've ever seen. Literally, it had like 4 different columns. There were even rooms just for pure activations. Okay. So all in all, it was it was a very glamorous event. It's everything I expected to be and more.
Did you feel Ghana's presence at the event?
No. Which is quite interesting. So while in Ghana, when a foreigner comes, we place them higher than we would ourselves. It's the inverse for Nigerians. Nigerians, when they place premium on their celebrities, their personalities, their people before any foreigner. In fact, if they don't know you, they don't care about you. That's so it was quite of a culture shock. Like, okay, I would have assumed that you would give some premium to, no, that doesn't work that way. So that also gives you an idea that perhaps that's what we should be doing in Ghana. If we place more emphasis on our craft, more emphasis on our people, on our personalities, perhaps we'll be able to push them more, because they are very inward facing, and that I think works hard, and that's the reason, probably part of the reason why, or their strategy to push them out out of their country and out into the world, because they are very me first before anybody else. So in terms of the Ghanaian personalities, yeah, they were there. Yes, of course, I saw Samira, Jackie, and for those they knew, they gave premium to. But if they didn't...
Because Jackie is royalty.
Yeah, literally. Like, Samira had to even probably push people off from interview because everyone wanted to interview Jackie. And everyone knew her and loved her and supported her. But it was very different for those that they didn't necessarily recognize. So that's another interesting thing there.
I see, interesting. But for some reason, Rosalind, who we thought would have been a fantastic winner on the night. And I just had a feeling that once her name was there, she was going to pick it up for us. For some reason, her name disappeared. As to why that happened, well, maybe Gloria Safo will give us some insights if she's spoken to Rosalind. But let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about, Rosalind and, of course, the AMVCAs, some of the good things that we should pick and learn from them as we move along. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and this is still TV3Newday. We're having an entertainment review discussion on the AMVCAs and why Ghana's presence is never really felt, at this awards that's supposed to represent the African movie industry and not just the Nigerian movie industry. What have we not gotten right, or what has gone wrong along the line? And case in study, we're going to use Rosalind and Giza, because when the nominations list came out sometime in April, we were all jubilating because Rosalind and Giza had been nominated for the Best Actress in Comedy. And then 2 weeks later or so, her name mysteriously disappeared from the website. As to why and how that happened, we still do not have an explanation. But Gloria is here, and of course, the movie that she was nominated in, we have the producer who is here as well, Samira Yakubu, and she'll tell us all about that. She touched on it briefly, but Gloria, I'll come to you first of all.
Sure.
Have you had a conversation with Rosalind to understand how she felt about this, and of course, if she got any explanation on this?
I was with Rosalind through and through, like ever since the nomination happened, through and through. Like even as I said, 1 a.m. we're still on the phone. We're talking about that because Rosalind was someone who was there for me when I got nominated. I mean, she was telling me virtually how the outfits I should take, how many outfits, and the makeup and everything I should do and all that. So yes, I also had to be there for her. So the nomination happened and we were all excited. So we watched the nominations on TV and her name was not there on TV. But we went on their pages and we saw Rosalind's name on there. Oh. So she was, she went to see it and called me, Gloria. She was on set filming, so I was giving her the updates while watching. So I told her, oh, this person got nominated, no nomination, blah, blah, blah. So later she called me and said, Gloria, I've got to see my name. So I went there and I saw the name. I said, everybody saw the name on their pages. And so it's still a nomination because it's still your official page.
Exactly. Their website.
And their website as well. Rosalind's name was there. Rosalind's picture was there in the category. And so we were all so happy. I had the strongest conviction that Rosalind was going to win because I saw Rosalind's nomination as mine, like the only nomination as in the acting category. And Rosalind definitely, I know how Ghanaians did it for me when I was the only nominee. Ghanaians, they rallied behind me and voted. And I won. So I had that same, feeling that Rosalind was going to get that. Ghanaians love Rosalind and her acting. And I was very sure that she was going to win the award. And then we kept talking, we kept, but then on the voting side, we went there. And her name was not there, her picture was not there.
Oh.
Interesting. And so we were talking, Samira did all the emails back and forth. Ajitanan was part of the he did it with Bisola. So, Ajita came in, contacted them and all that, the multi-choice. They were all back and forth. We wanted to know why, what was the reason, and we just couldn't get any tangible reason why her name was not, at the voting site. And her fans were worried. Everybody, we kept posting. She did her artwork. And we kept posting. And we were hoping that at least. So, Samira I heard that Samira got a reply from them that they were going to get back to them on that. And then from DSTV, from Multi-Choice too, they gave Rosalind, you know, they gave her the assurance that they were going to get back to her, whatever the problem was, and or maybe to rectify it. So we're just hopeful, you know, we were just hopeful, back and forth, planning everything that Rosalind would do to be able to win this award and all that. And you said 2 weeks. It wasn't up to 2 weeks.
It wasn't up to, eh?
And then we just saw Rosalind's name
off the list.
Off the list. Wow. So it was really tough. It was tough for Rosalind because she was really affected badly. And she was like, what's happening? My fans are asking, people are asking, we want to vote. So there were a series of emails, back and forth, phone calls, and all that. But finally, according to Rosalind, I even told Rosalind, you know what? Let's just go to the award. Let's just go to the award. And
hold on.
Okay.
I know you're narrating the story, but we've been able to raise Rosalind in Giza on the line so we can speak to her directly. Rosalind, good morning. Thank you for joining us on TV3Newday. Hello, Rosalind. Can you hear us? Okay, I hear we just lost her. We'll try and raise her back on the line again.
But,
I wish she comes back. Yeah. So basically, according to Rosalind, they got back to her.
No, if Rosalind is coming on.
I think we should leave that. We should leave that for her.
Well, that's if we're able to raise her on the line. We're still trying. So
all right. So that basically, that's it. We just didn't see her name again, and it was really it was sad.
Tell me
about it. Was really sad.
I mean, this is not something that especially a producer, would want, because it was your movie Red Carpets that she was nominated for.
And she did fantastically well. If you watch all the other movies that were nominated for that category, and you watch Red Carpet, what Rosalind did, you cannot compare. Not at all. I haven't been able to watch all the other movies, but I watch more than 90% of the movies in her category. And I've seen what they have done. And I've seen what Rosalind, as a filmmaker, I know, and it's amazing. The way the thing happened, even for me as a PR person, I didn't see the need for her name to be off later. Because it's not good for Multi-Choice, and it's not good for Rosalind too. And so for me, I was confused, and I was like, so who is giving advice? It's weird. And you know, Bella, I told you that I was at the award, the first ever, 2013, and I was there 2014, all for Jackie. And I've seen the organization and everything, and how they saw Ghana, and the kind of, what's it called? Perception. They've given Ghana. But this time around, I've not seen it. To be honest, the organization, the event is beautiful. The event was classy. It was glamorous, and I love glam. If you know me, you know. Even the movies I costume, I love glam. It was, when you watch on TV, it is because South Africans and all that, Multi-Choice is a big brand. But when it comes to Ghanaians, for me, there was a point I was thinking, are we sure this AMVCA is still an African award or is a Nigerian award? Because, Bella, let me tell you, there were categories. Indigenous films. Igbo, indigenous film. Yoruba, indigenous film. Hausa, indigenous film. And that's all from Nigeria. Then the only other African country language was Swahili. There is no tree. There is no Moshi from Burkina Faso. Even in Africa, we have a lot of French-speaking countries that shoot very good movies, beautiful productions. They don't have a category. And so to sit back, we have West African category, we have South African category, then we have East Africa. Then the rest of the categories is what? The rest of the categories, so for me, I sat down, they kept mentioning the categories, and I'm like, so where is Ghana, where is Ghana? The only movie that was nominated from Ghana this year was Red Carpet. Other TV series, and that is DSTV original. That is their production. So any other series, or the favorite, what's it called? The one the guy won here,
Leaked. It was a multi-choice talent.
Even that one talent factory.
Yes.
So anything outside of multi-choice is only red carpet. So number one, Rosalind was nominated. We saw it on their website. If you go to nomination list, Rosalind name was there.
Yeah.
If you go to their Instagram, Rosalind name and her Instagram page was tagged.
Wow. Yes.
If you go to any other social media, Rosalind's name was there. So, number one, we went to the voting. We couldn't find Rosalind's name. That's the only place Rosalind's name wasn't. And they said on TV, I didn't watch on TV, so I didn't even know I was nominated. But for me, as a filmmaker, I'm straight like that. So I went, even with the category I was nominated for, I watched all the movies. And for me, my category was for Best Movie West Africa. I watched most of the movies there, the ones that are on Netflix and the ones on Amazon Prime. The rest that I haven't watched in my category, or Rosalind's category, it means that it's not out. If it is out, I would have.
You would have seen it.
Because I want to compare and be just. And when I watched my category, I was watching it with Jackie and I told her that Brotherhood is a movie that if he wins in my category, I'll be happy. And Brotherhood really won. So for me, it is, as a filmmaker, I care about the industry than myself. It's not personal. But if you go, I want you yourself, Bella, go and watch most of the movies that was nominated for Rosalind's category and watch Red Carpet and see Rosalind's performance in Red Carpet and think if it is just.
Okay. Rosalind is back on the line. Let's speak to her. Rosalind, good morning. Hi, Rosalind. Can you hear us? Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. You are our main, person of interest at this point.
Hello?
Can you hear us? Rosalind,
I can hear you now.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Well, so I have Jackie. Well, look at me. I have Samira Yakubu here, producer of Red Carpet, the movie that you did a fantastic job on. Gloria Safo is here as well. We're talking about the AMVCAs, and we wanted to hear from the horse's own mouth what really happened, what went wrong, and did you get any feedback from Multi-Choice Africa as to why your name mysteriously disappeared from their website?
Thank you very much, Bella. Samira, Gloria, good morning. Good morning to all my fans. I'm sure Samira must have done most of the talking because she called me earlier before April and asked me for my email and a picture. And I forwarded my details to her. And then I must say, I applaud her for, submitting a movie for the AMVCAs, because that's where it starts from. I mean, you need to submit for talents to be noticed, you understand? So, well done, Samira. And then, Gloria, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go. The whole thing is just, So let me start from where I had to send my details to Samira.
Yeah.
I sent them, and then, for me, I know a lot of movies will be submitted, and then, the panel will decide who should be, in what particular category. So I was filming, and Gloria called me and said, this year's AMVCA, she didn't see any Ghanaian. I even saw it on the page, and, we spoke, and I'm like, oh, too bad. Anyways, maybe next year. So after 5 or 10 minutes, I had a notification on my Instagram page. And then when I went, I realized that on African Magic Instagram page, my name was mentioned as a nominee in Best Actress Comedy. So, yeah. And then on their website, it was mentioned. Then I went back to Glamour Glow. But my name wasn't mentioned on TV, right? How come? Or maybe it was there a mistake somewhere, and maybe they rectified something. Well, for me, I know Multi-Choice is a big brand, and such an error wouldn't come from them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's how I felt. So immediately I I was so excited, and then, you know, I went on Instagram Live, I shouted, I called Samira, I was shouting, Samira this, that, and then, yes, I even saw her movie as being nominated as what's it called? Best West African Movie.
Yeah.
So we were very excited. But then when they said voting starts, and I'm like, okay, now I wanted to, you know, start the voting myself and screen record it, and then post so that people will know how it's being done. I don't know if you understand. So in so doing, I realized my name wasn't on the voting list. So I called Samira. I'm like, Sammy, this is what I just saw. And I called Gloria. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's an error. Let's wait and see. Then Samira started, you know, doing like, you know, doing the needful, sending emails. At the point, she was even confused. She was like, in her years of PR, things like this. It was back and forth, back and forth. At the point, nobody was even, you know, replying her then up until later. So I had to call Gloria. I even called Ajiti Annan at the point because I realized he was one of the
hosts.
Was it the
Yeah, he
host?
hosted the announcement, yes.
Yes. And I had to call a Nigerian producer called Destiny because I know he's the president of Nigerian Movie Association here.
Okay.
You know, so we were calling. Like, it's not like I had to, but, you know, Samira makes a call and also make my call, and Gloria to also make a call just to be sure. And even Ajay also made a call and even sent me a message, so they'll get back to me. They'll get back to me, they'll get back to me, they'll get back to me. And I'm like, Sammy, look, she had already done, you know, we all do our posters by using our very nice pictures that we have. I'm like, Sammy, come on, do it. After all, I don't think they'll make that mistake. So when she said, she was even reluctant in posting, I'm like, Sammy, let's post. Was it? They nominated me because how many people at that point in time would be watching the announcement on TV?
Exactly.
How many people at that point in time have DSTV to be watching at that point in time? So the next possible platform that would have them, you know, see their favorite actor or actress is either on their website or on their official page, and that's where my name has been. So I could say that the announcement, probably there was an error at the announcement because I want to take the positive side of the news and not take the negative side. So, you know, at this point, even if you had to vote, you wouldn't have to go back on TV or go back because it's already passed. You need to go on the platform to know how to vote. So the name has been there severally, and I realized Ghanaians were writing a whole lot on the page, trying to find out why they can't find my name. So, you know, I got tags and mentions, and Sammy, you know, Sammy is a big sister to all of us. I mean, she's been in the industry for a very long time. So she had to wait for me to calm me down, and I told her, Rosalind, don't worry, I got this. So she did all she could, and then finally we spoke to DSTV Ghana, Multi-Choice, and then they got back to me and said, DSTV, a rep from DSTV will get back to me. And then I had a phone call from one of their bosses, and it was like, it was a mistake from their end.
What?
And they're sorry. So that's how come, that's the news. That's how come my name wasn't on the voting on the D-Day of announcement.
It was a mistake on their part, which is how come they did a whole flyer for you and posted on their page that you were nominated?
Sorry, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So okay. So then if that's the case,
some feedback from your end.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay, so my question then would be that when they called you about it, that means that they told you they were going to withdraw your name and your photo from the website?
Okay, so at that time, before they called me, when all the actors, media houses, there's a point when I shared the flyer, and every actor, I must comment, I was so amazed at the support and love they showed me. I was so amazed. After everyone posted, I don't know, either the next day or the same day, you realized that my name had been taken out. And then the post where a lot of people had commented that we can't find Rosalind's name and all of that had been deleted. So it was afterwards I saw a follow from African Magic, and then I had a phone call afterwards, and then you know, I decided to let Sleeping Dogs fly. After all, what else can I do? If they say it's a mistake, that the film was nominated, it went through the first shortlisting, went through the second shortlisting, but I probably didn't make it to the third shortlisting.
How do you feel about all of this? Because ideally, they should have at least put out a statement explaining what went wrong for the sake of your fans.
Sorry, someone is talking behind. There's a feedback I'm getting. I'm not hearing you properly.
Rosalind, can you hear me now? Hello, Rosalind.
Yes, I can hear you now.
I'm asking that, how do you feel about all of this?
Okay, you know, I wouldn't say it was a pleasant one, but at the same time, I must say, maybe I just made history because I've never seen this in the records of AMVCA, so I'm the first. It's not a positive thing, but at the same time, the kind of love I had from Ghana, you know, all the time we keep saying, support your own, and even the media, they didn't even need me to talk to them. It was, you know, that feeling alone made me feel like a winner already.
Okay.
That feeling alone made me feel like a winner. And the support from our colleagues, I must say I'm super excited.
You don't feel disrespected by Multi-Choice Africa?
They were all there for me. And
Rosalind,
when the news came,
I'm asking
I wasn't too happy about it, but
do you feel?
For me, I know it doesn't affect my acting powers, and everybody knows what I can do. So we move.
Do you feel disrespected? Rosalind, we're having a bit of a challenge with the phone lines, but again, if I may ask, and I hope you hear me, do you feel disrespected, Rosalind? Okay, I think we couldn't get that out of the way, but clearly, even though she says that we move, it's not a very pleasant thing for anybody.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So moving forward, you still, you know, send your movies for possible nominations? So, looking at what has happened?
So if you will not. So we live in a continent where there's no any other awards. We don't even have any in Ghana anymore. Because it is Golden Movie Awards that that was trying to do well here. She tries so well, Mimi. And I just heard her on radio and TV saying that she doesn't want to continue anymore because she doesn't get sponsors. Wow. And so it's, you know, first of all, if you need to be respected, you need to respect yourself first. If we are in an industry in our country where we are not respected, we don't expect other people to respect us. First of all, if there were a lot of things, organization was beautiful, technicality was good when it comes to television. But when it comes to film, for me, there was a point I was confused. When the movie that won Best Film in West Africa, which is Brotherhood, then coolest movie, which is what's the name? Anicola, was in the same category with me and Brotherhood. And Brotherhood won in West Africa. Then coolest movie go ahead to win Best Overall. It didn't make sense to me.
And the interesting thing is when the lead actor didn't get
he didn't even get a nomination.
The lead actor didn't get anything
but yeah, overall, it means that the whole of Africa, coolest movie is the best. So how can coolest movie be part of the category of West Africa? West Africa, be mindful, is part of Africa. So if how can coolest movie be in the same category in West Africa and lose? The movie loses in West Africa category, but wins and wins in Africa.
Okay. Let me get my last words from my guest before we go, please, producer, if that's possible. Pascal has been on Zoom for a while, but let me ask Pascal finally to wrap up on this. Pascal, what do you say is the way forward for movie awards, especially with Ghana involved? Should we boycott these international movie awards just to send a signal that we demand respect?
The answer is absolutely not. Okay. You know, I don't think we should boycott at all. I mean, like, if we're tarnishing the AMVCA, compared to who? You know, who are we comparing them to? You know, there's no film award show in Ghana right now as we speak. Let me say one thing. This is the way I see it. AMVCA is the NBA of African Film Awards. It's the NBA. It's the biggest basketball association in the world. But at the end of the day, the N stands for national. It's an American basketball association, and everybody in the world wants to play over there, like in the NBA. So AMVCA is for Africa Magic, and it's for Nigeria, and it happens to be the biggest African movie award show. So, like, at the end of the day, they have the monopoly, and I respect them very much. And yeah, let's keep making better films and do better.
All right.